everybody? Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave, and this is the last review for the Black Excellence Month of 2025. And I figured why not end it off by talking about one of the most iconic pieces of Black media out there. That would be the Boondocks, the Adult Swim animated television series that aired on like I just said, Adult Swim, starting in 2005, and it ran up until I think 2014. Before I go any further with this, I want to remind you guys, go ahead, hit that like button down below, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. And yeah, so last day of Black History Month. Yeah, I was supposed to do this review a little earlier, but you know, complications. Anyway, that's not important. What is important is talking about the Boondocks. So, the Boondocks, it stars Regina King and John Witherspoon, most notably. And they play the three main characters, Huey, Riley, and Granddad, a.k.a. Robert Jebediah Freeman. Huey and Riley Freeman are voiced by Regina King expertly. She does such a great job, not just voicing the two and not just bringing comedy to the two main young main characters, but she also creates so much of a difference between the two that if you didn't know Regina King was voicing both of them, it would, you wouldn't even be able to tell. You wouldn't even be able to think that, because Huey is so much different than Riley is ridiculous and their brothers. So Huey, he's Huey Freeman. He's like the Black revolutionary. He's he's what I guess what used to be properly known as woke within the Black community. Wake up, see the signs, see what's going on, see all this. Like, he was really always like the conscious one, the more intellectual person, more of a radical. And in later seasons, they kind of turned him into a lot more of a radical, but more like on a low key scale. Like, oh yeah, I do stuff. I not do stuff, but like he's seen as like a I guess you could say like a rebel in a way. Like he he's always quick to kind of support some type of boycott or something like that if it's something that means something to him. You always get a lot of the shows gravitas the intellectual side of the Black experience on that end. Riley, on the other end, is where all of the comedy really comes from. Riley is the more he's the younger brother. He's more hood. He's more street. You know what I'm saying? He likes all the gangster image, the tough image, the hard man image and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So that's what he kind of like idolizes, and he's more into that street life. And then you have Granddad, who's like Robert Jebediah Freeman. He I like saying his full name. I'm not gonna hold you. He's more of the he was raised back in the times of Martin Luther King and all that stuff. So like, seeing like the civil rights, like the old boomers, I believe that's what they're referred to. So he's the older generation. That's he's susceptible. Oh man, I messed that word up. But he's easily influenced by some of the things that Riley brings up as the younger parts of the culture. But he's also wise enough to be able to support Huey and understand where Huey's coming from in some of his beliefs and some of his ways of going about things. This show is downright hilarious. There's so many great quotes and so many great episodes within this 4-season run. Not really so much the 4th season, but the first 3 seasons are gold. They have so many great episodes, from guest hosts coming to dinner to the garden party, which was the pilot episode, the first episode that aired. You have Get Rich or Die Trying. Well, I don't think that's the name of the episode, rather, but so like that's the soul playing episode, but I think it is called something Rich or Die Trying, something, I don't know. But it is the soul playing 2 episode where it was going to the movies and stuff like that. You got the Tyler Perry parody episode. You got so many, the BET episodes. It's so many great episodes, so many great characters. Also, one of the supporting characters, Uncle Ruckus, played hilariously by Gary Anthony Williams, who's a self-hating Black man who just is quick to call every Black person every type of nigga, jigaboo, and fucking monkey I don't know, hussy monkey, whatever the case may be. Any racist term you can put towards a black person. Uncle is quick to call another black person out, but he praises and loves white people, and he has vitiligo. That's right. He has re-vitiligo, which is the opposite of what Michael Jackson had. This show, like I said, it follows a lot. It follows just their regular adventures or the regular scenarios that they're into. Things from legalization of marijuana to idolizing your favorite hip hop star and finding out that they're gay. It follows stories like whether or not it's correct to say the R word. Retarded. Excuse me. But that's what the question was in the episode. Teachers saying nigga, right? Like white people. The debate on who can actually say nigga. Is it say you got episodes with Stink Meter, which are really funny. There was like one of those episodes every season. They were really funny staple episodes because you got Stink Meter. What's good? Like and he's played by Cedric Yarborough, who also voices Tom. So you got so many great episodes. The first season hilarious. They did that was the season with the trial of R. Kelly, where Riley was like, "If R. Kelly go to jail, I'm gonna piss on your cat." And so like like the shit that Riley says, especially in the first season, is just so freaking funny. And then you get season 2. I love season 2. First of all, season 2 is it starts off with the movie theater episode. And it just has so many great episodes in that in season 2. So many great episodes. I have season 2 on DVD. I have seasons 2 and 3 on DVD. I have the box sets, and I love season 2. Season 3 was just as good. They had the Obama episode, where it's called "It's a Black President, Huey Freeman," where everybody else is excited about the fact that Obama got elected as president, but Huey's just like, I mean, this doesn't mean anything. I'm not excited about this. I don't care. Like this, like what's this gonna do for us? He's kind of again on the pessimistic side. It kind of shows like sometimes you have black people that didn't necessarily vote for Obama or care to vote for Obama or care about the political process just because Obama was in office. And you see like, sometimes there were black people that were kind of skeptical and very judgmental. Like, yo, nigga, what you mean you're not voting for the black president? Like, you're supposed to be out there with you not one of us. You're too good to be one of us, and you know what I'm saying? What you too good to vote for the black president? You black, bro. You supposed to do that. Like, so I know I got into it, right? One of the funniest things on the show was and the guest star list on the show is huge too. Before I even get to one of my favorite moments, because it involves some guest stars, you had guest stars like Sway, Monique, let me think. Dang that. Snoop Dogg, Charlie Wilson. Not Charlie Wilson, Charlie Murphy, my bad. Samuel Jackson, Ed Asner. You had so many guest stars in this show. Cat Williams, that was in one of my other favorite episodes, where he was a pimp named Slickback. Not the first episode, Guess Who Was Coming to Dinner, but the second episode he was in with Tom, Sarah, and Usher, where Tom went outside and did the "Get a burn for me to say it is, but it's coming from high." He did the whole burn sequence. Then with a pimp named Slickback, with him getting mad at the whole like, yeah, you better make that G5 record stop playing with me. Like, it was funny as hell. You got I think those are some of the more notable guest stars I can remember off the top of my head. Busta Rhymes, Nate Dogg. Yeah, they were, and I mentioned them because they were part of the Lethal Interjection crew, and they did the diss track towards Granddad. You just mad because your ass is old. First thing you do is just pick up the phone. Like that. It was the music, the soundtrack was excellent. You got the theme song, I Understand That the Building Refused, out in the visual, the inspiration that make ladies sing the blues. We all know the rest of that song. You can hear it in your head if you was a fan of the Boondocks. A lot of the music was, you had a lot of MF Doom music played in there in the first season. There was a lot of the jazz sound. with the score behind the episodes and everything. Yeah, this show all around, like even with the hip hop instrumentals and stuff like that, done by Metaphor the Great. Um, you had so many great things in the show. It was always so on top. It was always so timely. Because it just addressed certain things and talked about certain things in a way that kind of appealed more to the black community. Was universally understood, but it kind of shined a light on a lot of the black experience in a way, and just how things can be perceived. It was one of those shows that it did get political. It did go in that route where it addressed, modern day things at the time, much like South Park. And a lot of people say, oh, there's Family Guy, South Park, and the Boondocks. If you ever want to see a show that addresses things that happen in the world, those are the three shows that'll do it, and they always do it so well. But Boondocks was like right underneath South Park for a lot of people, myself included. Because like, all right, South Park not going to talk about it, Boondocks going to do it. It's just Boondocks takes longer because South Park's made in a week. Boondocks is the regular animation production cycle, all that good stuff. Fight sequences in this show were amazing. Huey and Riley going at each other is forever going to be one of the greatest things ever because Huey was beating shit. Like that first season, Huey was throwing the hands. Even that first episode of the second season, Huey was throwing the hands. Like that. The show is really, like, I really do enjoy the show. I'm a person that when I watch animated shows and the first season's cool and stuff like that, but like when they kind of change the art style a little bit, when the voices kind of change a little bit, those are episodes I gravitate more towards. So like the second season, third season, I love those episodes just because of the changes that happen in the show in terms of the animation style, or well, rather the art design, and the animation style as well. The fact that Regina King had brought something new to the voices of Huey and Riley. She made their voices a little deeper, a little bit more mature. Their character designs, they look taller. The coloring was different. It just different things like that I did enjoy. But I would say that I do like the characterization of Huey better in the first season because he was a lot more outspoken. In the later seasons, he's a lot more quiet. Doesn't really have as many lines and as many moments as he did in the first season. One of my favorite moments from Huey in the first season was the Christmas episode. He was like, do I look like Charlie Brown? Do I look like Charlie Brown? Don't look at Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones ain't going to save you. I loved that. And Quincy Jones was a guest star on the show, too. Matter of fact, the late, great Quincy Jones. Yeah, there's so many things. Even in the Christmas episode, which I did review the Christmas episode on this channel a couple years back for my BrickWall Christmas special. But I will tell y'all, it's a Huey Freeman Christmas is one of my top 3 favorite episodes of Boondocks. And that's really just because you got so much great dialogue and so many great moments from that episode. From Riley writing the letter to Santa Claus. I've talked about it. I've talked about why I love this episode. Go check out that review. But yeah, there's just so many great moments. The story of Catcher Freeman, another great episode from season 2 that was just hilarious. It told the story of it was like Granddad telling the story of one of their ancestors that was slaves, but he was telling it through the lens of an action story. Then Uncle Ruckus told his version of the story, and it was just really, really interesting, really funny episode. Was one of the 2, or I think it was one of the 2 episodes that had the song "Don't Trust Them New Niggas Over There." Don't trust them new niggas. Those 3 episodes actually, because Uncle Ruckus sang that in the first episode. Donald Faison was also another guest star. See, I keep thinking there's guest stars that was in this show. It was really a great show. The 4th season, like I said, wasn't too good. That was around the time where the creator, Aaron McGruder, didn't really have his name attached to it, and the script that he wrote were kind of changed a little bit. There were small changes made based on the newer team that was assembled. There was supposed to be a reboot series on HBO Max when it first launched, but the thing about the Boondocks is that the creators and everything, they always take their time they always move like really slow in their production schedule. I don't know why. I would just like to think that's because they're cooking up something good. But I read sources sometimes that say they just take a long time for like no good reason. And that, of course, doesn't bode well for studio heads who want to get product out, want to get these things going, want to sell their merchandise, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And, you know, you can't keep pumping money into something you think is going to be done is not done. So, of course, those things got canceled, especially in the – also what may have definitely contributed to that as well was the passing of John Witherspoon, who, again, voiced major character Robert Freeman, who, you know, granddad. So it was hard to, you know, there's a lot going on behind the scenes with that whole scenario. So really, even characters even have redesigns and everything. Like the show was ready to go. It just didn't move fast enough to get these episodes out, I guess, the way that they needed to. But 20 years later, this is still a very, very well talked about show. So many people remember this show. So many people still talk about this show. Date with the Booty Warrior. I like you. And I want you. We can do this the easy way. Or we can do this the hard way. Like, you know, you got so many iconic moments that still hold up to this day in the Boondocks. And this is for a show that started in 2005. Yeah, its season releases and everything like that were sporadic and not as consistent. Because honestly, in a different world where we didn't get season 2 about like maybe like 3 or 4 years after we got season 1, in a world where we were getting yearly seasons or something like that, I think that between that 2005 and 2014, the Boondocks probably could have had at least 6 seasons. At least 6 seasons. At the very least, 6 seasons. You know, and I say, oh, why not more? Well, that's just because, you know, Adult Swim, sometimes they allow their artists to move at a certain pace or whatever the case may be. But all that aside, I think we could have had 6, maybe 7 seasons of the Boondocks. But I'm really saying 6. It was a fantastic show, and I do enjoy it. I am one of the people that does want to see more Boondocks because I think it will be very relevant now more than ever, you know, to be airing. But you know, if they just can't get things right, they just can't get things right. And I think what we have is amazing. What we have is outstanding in the Boondocks. Debatable in the 4th season, but what we have is there are 3 great, outstanding seasons of the Boondocks and 1 pretty damn good season. And I couldn't ask for any more. You know, I'm excited. I love the Boondocks. It's great. It still gets airplay. It still gets recognition. So who knows? Maybe one day we can see a Boondocks project of some sorts. But you know, I figure it'll be some time before that actually happens. So, you know, if it does happen, no. But if not, like I said, we have the perfect complete series of the Boondocks, and I love what we got, and I love that 20 years later, this show still matters. It's still relevant. It still gets attention, and I'm still finding the same amount of laughs, if not more laughs, from this show. Just the more time goes by, this show is just consistently funny. So, happy 20th anniversary to the Boondocks, created by Aaron McGruder. How can I forget? Based on the comic strip. How can I forget to mention that as well? Carl Jones also had production credit on this show, and Gary Anthony Williams voices Uncle Ruckus. Okay, boom. I think I got all the cool things I need to get. And Jill Talley voices Sarah, who's Tom's wife. Yeah, again, Tom voiced by Cedric Yarborough. So, yeah, definitely a great show. Make sure you check it out. If you want to watch the Boondocks, it is available now to stream on HBO Max. Make sure you check it out there. Like I said, I got the DVDs for season 2 and 3, so I only ever need to watch season 1, and I'll watch some episodes from season 4 because I like some of them, not all of them. But anyway, let me know in the comments down below. Do you enjoy the Boondocks? Is this still one of your favorite shows? Do you still check it out from time to time? Let me know. Do you think we should get another Boondocks? Let me know. And yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys think. So thus concludes our Black Excellence Month of 2025. I want to thank you guys so much for sticking with me. I really appreciate you guys. Like I said, I wanted to get this last review out for the month because how can I let the Boondocks slide through my hands without giving it recognition for having 20 years of being the one of the most hilarious shows out there. Rest in peace to the great John Witherspoon. Rest in peace to the great Charlie Murphy. Rest in peace to the great Ed Asner. Rest in peace to I think that's it. I think dang it, I just had the name in my head. Oh, Exhibit and the other guy from Extreme Home Makeover, they were in the episode too. And rest in peace to the late great Quincy Jones. So yeah, Boondocks, check it out. Let me know what you guys think, and thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button down below, subscribe. Like I said, comment down below. Let me know what you think about the Boondocks and if there should be a revival or some sort. Should it or can it hold up in modern day times? Let me know what you guys think. And until next time, y'all, Black excellence is every day, 365. Just don't let Black History Month be the only time you celebrate Black excellence. Trust me, we got so much to celebrate. Yeah, that's it, guys. So until next time, I'll see y'all out there. Be easy, stay breezy. Peace.